Because they spend so much time in their head, people often perceive their silence as being cold or distant. Sigma males are very logical and spend a lot of time in their head trying to unravel the reason behind everything. This can make others feel like they are uncaring or even unapproachable because it appears that they don't care about anything. Underneath the surface, however, Sigma males actually care deeply, but their logic and reasoning usually help them keep things at arm's length. They often have a love for the unknown and a constant curiosity about everything. As part of their innate need to understand everything, they also try to see things from every angle, making them less likely to get emotionally or even physically involved with people or things in life. This is often misinterpreted as indifference or arrogance, making it difficult for people to understand them. This can sometimes make people feel like Sigma males don't care about them because they choose not to reveal much of themselves or share anything too personal with others. Regardless of how others perceive them, here are 12 reasons behind the Sigma male's aloofness. 1. They don't have many friends. It's a common misconception that Sigma males don't like other people. In reality, they simply don't need many friends. A Sigma man may be fine with everyone around them, but that doesn't imply they'll ever consider everyone they meet to be more than acquaintances. Interacting with others requires a lot of energy and willpower for Sigma men, so they tend to reserve their time and focus for only a few people they consider true friends. This means they have fewer friends than others, but without feeling like they've lost anything. In fact, Sigma males often find that close relationships with a few people are much more rewarding than having many acquaintances. While Sigma men may seem aloof and distant to others, they are simply selective about who they spend their time with. They are rare individuals who understand the importance of keeping their distance while still maintaining meaningful connections with others, and they simply don't have the time or energy to deal with anything less than that. 2. They keep their cards close. At their core, Sigma men are very private people who need to keep their cards close to their chest. They only tell other people what's necessary, nothing more, nothing less. Oversharing is the last thing you'll see from a Sigma male because they don't want people to know things about them. It's not about being shy or insecure, it's simply about staying private. While this can be seen as aloof or even standoffish, it's just how Sigma males operate. This is especially true when it comes to intimate relationships or friendships. Sigma men prefer to keep things on a surface level rather than diving deep into their feelings and revealing too much about themselves. This doesn't mean they are uninterested or uncaring. They just take their time to open up and trust others. 3. They don't like relying on others. What's interesting about Sigma males is that they are willing to do whatever is necessary to stay independent, even if that means going out of their comfort zone. They don't like relying on others, even if the help of others is being offered freely and generously. Sigma men just like knowing that they can get through life with their own two hands, even if that makes things more difficult than they have to be. They also don't like owing any kind of debt to anyone else. This feeling of independence and self-reliance is sometimes mistaken as arrogance or selfishness, even though it usually stems from a desire for freedom. Sigma males are often fiercely independent, putting their own needs and wants first without worrying about what others think or how they may be perceived. This isn't to say that these guys don't care about other people. It's just that they are most concerned with their own happiness and don't want to feel like they owe anyone anything in return. 4. They don't seek out the spotlight. The last thing Sigma wants is attention. Even if they find themselves in positions of leadership, they are more likely to credit success to their team than to themselves. They don't seek the spotlight. They don't want or need it, and it is often just another energy drain on them. Even the most accomplished Sigma man would want to remain in the background. They don't need fame or glory. All they need is a sense of achievement and fulfillment from knowing they did a good job. Seeking out the spotlight is not in a Sigma man's DNA, and it doesn't even cross his mind. This comes from their desire to stay independent, as well as their natural tendency to keep things internalized and calm. While alpha males crave attention and recognition, Sigma males are much more reserved and comfortable in the shadows. And while others may not understand this, it has always been their natural way of living. He is perfectly happy doing what he does best, completely satisfied knowing he did a good job without any recognition. This is how Sigma men are wired: to keep a low profile, focus on their work, and let their results speak for themselves. 5. They are often lost in thought. Sigma men spend a lot of time thinking deeply about life, the world around them, and the people in their lives. This makes them very analytical and introspective, constantly processing information in their minds. While this may make them seem unengaged or even distant, it's simply a reflection of their active and curious minds, always striving to understand the world around them. We often see Sigma men with a faraway look in their eyes, deeply lost in thought. And while this can be mistaken for indifference or even boredom, it's usually just a sign of how much their mind is constantly churning and working to figure everything out. What many people don't know is that Sigma men are very aware of their surroundings and people's emotions, despite their sometimes distant demeanor. They just tend to keep things internalized, processing their thoughts and feelings internally. 6. They value logic over emotion. Sigma males are known for being analytical and logical in their thinking. The emotional side of things is often ignored or pushed aside in favor of approaching situations from a more logical and rational perspective. While this can sometimes make Sigma men seem unemotional or even cold, it's simply part of who they are. They tend to value reason and logic over emotion, trusting their instincts rather than letting their feelings get the best of them. Having a more rational, pragmatic outlook on life helps them to make better decisions and stay balanced. Dealing with people is often easier for Sigmas, since they are able to be objective and logical in their approach. They aren't as influenced by emotional factors, which can make them stronger leaders and more effective problem solvers. Sure, there are times when a more emotional approach is needed, but it's not as necessary for Sigma males as for other personality types. 7. They don't dress flashy. You'll never see a Sigma man unnecessarily decked out in expensive clothes or flashy accessories. While other men may be concerned with showing off their wealth and status, Sigma males are happy to be understated. They prefer a simple, classic style that is both functional and comfortable. Their main focus when getting dressed is to look presentable, not trendy, stylish, or flashy. Because they are more concerned with comfort and functionality, they're often found in shirts, jeans, and sneakers. Their approach to style is simple and minimal, which makes them attractive to those who prefer substance over style. They prefer going under the radar, and this approach to style reflects that desire. While other men want to stand out and grab attention, Sigma males are happy to fade into the background. This is why you can't tell a Sigma man by his clothes. Instead, you must look at his actions and how he acts to truly understand him. 8. They're chill and relaxed. It's very rare to find a Sigma male in a fight. This isn't to say that Sigma men don't get angry or agitated like other people. They know how to end an argument before it gets out of hand. For the most part, they are very relaxed. They're easy to deal with. They're agreeable and calm, and rarely become emotionally invested or connected, allowing them to let go quickly. This detached attitude is actually what allows them to manage their intense emotions so well. While others may hold on to things for a long time and let those feelings fester, Sigma men are much more comfortable in the moment. They rarely get hung up on the small stuff, preferring to stay calm and relaxed. 9. They're careful about what they say. What's the advantage of hanging out with a Sigma man? Even if you become close friends with them, they'll never talk your ear off. They are careful about what they say. They use their words sparingly, stating only what is necessary. They don't want to be misunderstood or misread, and they also don't waste time discussing things that aren't important. They simply say what needs to be said and leave the rest to everyone else. Many people find this approach refreshing, especially compared to those who talk too much and say the wrong things. This type of carefulness is one of the Sigma man's most admirable traits, as it reveals their ability to think before acting and speaking. They don't let their emotions or insecurities get the best of them, preferring instead to keep things simple and direct. 10. They avoid problems. Sigma males don't have the time to deal with all of the noise and drama that most people gladly put up with, whereas people believe you have no choice but to deal with whatever life throws at you. Sigma men disrupt this expectation by simply not responding in the same way. This lets them avoid problems while minimizing the pressure and stress that most people face on a daily basis. They can control their thoughts and emotions, allowing them to decide what they should focus on. This is just one of the many ways that Sigma men are in control. They take responsibility for their own lives and don't relish the opportunity to make other people's problems their own. While it might sound like a contradiction, avoiding problems is not the same as ignoring them. Instead, Sigma males have the wisdom and insight to know when it's best to take action and when it's better to avoid things. They view problems as something that occurs naturally in life and don't waste their time trying to fight against them. In fact, they actually welcome challenges because they believe that overcoming them is what makes life meaningful and fulfilling. 11. They think deeply about topics. Sigma males are not pleased to simply follow the herd or accept what others tell them. Instead, they need to understand things for themselves. This often leads them to spend time thinking deeply about different topics and ideas. Whether it's a philosophical question, social issue, or personal challenge they are facing, Sigma men have the ability to dig deep and find important insights. They enjoy delving into the nuances of a topic and exploring the full spectrum of different possible viewpoints. This ability to think deeply is one of the key characteristics that defines Sigma males. It allows them to stand apart from others and see things from a more nuanced perspective. And it also makes them effective problem solvers who can easily navigate complex situations. 12. They love alone time. For a Sigma male, alone time is the king of all times. Sometimes, the best thing a person can do is to be alone, without any pressure to socialize or meet others' expectations. In these moments, Sigma men can focus on their own desires and goals. They need regular time alone to refill their energy and recharge their minds. They understand that being around others all the time wears them down and takes away from their natural sense of self. While others may sometimes interpret a Sigma male's desire for alone time as a sign of social awkwardness or loneliness, in reality it is simply an expression of their identity. They need to make sure they are still connected to their true selves, even while they are surrounded by others. Extroverts get their energy from being around other people, but Sigma men are exactly the opposite. They get their energy from within themselves and need regular time to reflect on their life, thoughts, and feelings. This is what makes them unique and different from everyone else. They see the world through a lens that few people ever get to experience.